What should be, I mean, everyone got 6 months that we were all dreaming of. Maybe not in the intended manner. We did not wanted to kind of be forced down in our respective houses, but we all of us wanted a break. We wanted to be with our families and so on and so forth. Some of us did some work, some of us acquired some skills. I don't know, I'm sure a lot of students have acquired a lot of skills via these Khan academies and An academies and Byju's of the world, not Byju's but other platforms. What and Chirag and maybe Daya sir and then Thomas sir, whomsoever wants to pick this up, what what skills you would have ideally wanted these students to have picked up in last 6 odd months, which you believe that the education system is not providing them? I mean, let's kind of hit where it hurts to all of, I mean, to all the students as well. What are the key skills that you would have wanted, or and so that students know whether they were on the right track during these breaks or not? Chirag and then maybe Daya sir and then Thomas sir.
Uh, I would rather prefer to pivot my conversation around employability skills. It varies. It depends on the kind of profile being shortlisted by our HR friends. But essentially, what I see is. Normally, I mean, in any conversation, I don't normally like to pivot my conversation in and around COVID. Just step back. Even if you go back January 2020, the media was going gaga about GDP slowing down, contraction, this, that. We were going through the same stuff. What we are going through now. Only thing is the liver from liver, or the reason why it is we were talking about the GDP growth rate has changed from in inertia of Indian politician to COVID. But having said that, I think to put a perspective, like essentially, India is as such going through a disruption. That's a fact of life. We can't run away from that. And onus is on us to still continue to think positive, because India is a consumption story. And I'm very bullish on move forward, in terms of whether it's we but I think what COVID has done. I mean, as I was saying, what COVID eventually has done is that it has accelerated these trends which were already there on writing was there on the wall. Whether you talk about, we used to say retail apocalypse, right? That was pretty much there, and e-commerce was picking up. So, education tech, health tech, these were actually accelerating in these times. So, so the job requirement or the skill requirement would essentially be in a direction which was already there, whether it's cloud, whether it's health tech, whether it's education tech, whether it's agri tech, and the list goes on and on and on. And essentially, this COVID has speeded up these activities, and that's pretty much about it.
Yes, sir. You interact with lot of people, lot of entry level job seekers, and you try and tell them. Uh, how do you see the market panning out from here? Do you genuinely see there would be less of jobs but more of projects? The whole gig economy coming in technology work space, which will kind of rule for next 2 years. Do you foresee it happening? Because I see a lot of people. I might be completely wrong. um, Early the freshers, they do not want to work or rather do internships or project works, but because they want to land up a job, a cushy job. Do you foresee this changing now?
Sure. Uh, So,
Chirag. Yeah.
was it for me, Rohit?
Okay, okay. You and then Daya sir. It's okay. Yeah, yeah.
Sure. Sorry. So yeah, I think to this point, I definitely concur with what you just spoke about, Rohit. Gig economy is the way to go for these millennials, Gen Zs. You know, this generation completely lives on edge, and they don't want to be tied also to a corporate bureaucracy. That's number one. Number two being, if you see a classic example like, a global meltdown of 2008, right? The companies like Airbnb to Olas to Ubers to, the Flipkarts and Amazons, they actually came to the fore. Now, how did that happen? It's because, they were taking this sharing economy to the absolute next level. And what I feel is that it's a mental, it's a generational shift from how our older generation used to think versus what these Gen Zs and millennials are thinking. Owning a car used to be a milestone in someone's career. Owning a real estate used to be a milestone in someone's life, for a generation prior to me at least, right? Things have really seen a paradigm change. Now, what has happened is owning a car is no longer an aspirational stuff. People feel that it's better to go for an Uber and Ola and still have fun with life, and they don't want to spend money. They don't want to be boiled down to be one car. They can change the cars, they can change the colors, they can have chauffeur driven cars. All of that is possible by spending probably 1/100th of what they would have done, if they were to own that stuff. And the same logic absolutely aligns well with the gig economy for the tech workers. As an employer, I do not want to hire someone who I cannot retain, who I cannot give a growth path, right? I while I hire someone in, as an example, I probably hire someone in Python, and 3 years down the line, then Python would not be no longer be Python, and something else will come over, and this guy has to be reskilled, retrained, and it's a start from scratch essentially, right? And in that sense, I would rather not spend my energy on retaining and mentoring and grooming this gentleman for 3 years and then letting him go and work on something else and hire someone fresh after 3 years. I would rather outsource this completely. It could be an outsource as a project out. It could be outsourced through a freelancer, options. But it just works like a magic. It works like a charm, and I feel that it is a win-win ecosystem wherein even employers like us, we save a lot of time, money, bandwidth, and B, it actually adds a layer of freedom to these new generational workers who feel that they do not want to be tied. They want to be free. They want to work for a month and take 3 months break. That's practically humanly not possible in any bureaucracy. We all want to, but unless we come out of it and do something what others are doing, probably we cannot afford to do that. So I think yes, this is what is going to, this is the future. This has been there for quite some time, and it is taking a significant. It's actually going up seriously up. Over to you there, sir.